Oh, it's been a while. Of course, out here in the California mountains, I can't decide whether I've been living through part of the Old Testament or a bad episode of Rick and Morty. So, everybody's hungry. What do we got? Well, we're cooking for one tonight. Mrs. Chef did not enjoy this last round of COVID, and so she's getting some better care than I can give here. But what do we got? Cooking for one. Oh, yay. So, I like mashed potatoes. More than that, I like potatoes. My market has been selling these dorky little russet things. And I realized that if you bake these things up in the skin, you'll notice you can use these to make mashed potatoes and get that roasted potato flavor. You can see I'm cutting one of these guys up with the skin because I like the skin. But you get the roasted potato flavor instead of the boiled potato flavor. And boy, there is a difference. You can peel these if you want. I'm choosing not to because I like potatoes. But the thing is that if you're not going to peel them, be sure to cut the skin up so it's edible. I actually baked these yesterday. Things have been so crazy around here, I thought I was going to do a show, but this ended up not being able to. So, here you go. They sit in that little Costco countertop oven thingy for an hour and bake up. You know, you just wash them, throw them in there, set it on whatever, 350 for an hour or so. And you can see by the way I'm handling these that they're not hot. Yeah, I got that microwave thingy. I'm cooking for one, so the microwave's my friend. Now you'll notice, well, you can't really see it, but there's no butter. Let's start with some of my favorite thing to add to mashed potatoes. That's some blue cheese. I got some crumbled blue cheese from the market. Yeah, once upon a time I was in North Carolina. And I looked over and there was this woman who'd taken her baked potato, added sour cream, this is a little Montreal steak seasoning, also known as garlic pepper. And it's also loaded with salt, so think about that. But it's garlic, pepper, salt. This is pretty good stuff. Here you got some chives. Freeze dried. Yeah, I'm all alone. And what goes good on baked potato? Sour cream. Like I said, no butter. Because the potatoes are cold, so it won't melt. It won't mix in. I know, seems kind of obvious, but you gotta say it. So, one potato masher. And yeah, takes a little bit of effort, especially mashing cold potatoes. Fork. Yeah, I did this a few days ago. And of course, back then, the potatoes were hot, and so the mashing was really easy to do. Oh yeah, and the skin tends to get in the way too. So you got to be aware of that. And just keep at it. And you'll eventually end up with some very nicely mashed, very thoroughly cooked, baked, caramelized instead of boiled because they were roasted potatoes. So in English, This ain't Grandma's mashed potatoes. Okay. Yeah, I'm ending up with some kind of dry, crumbly potatoes. And there's one cure for that. Yes, there is. A little bit of heavy cream. Yeah, it's that old joke. When in doubt, add butter. When in trouble, add cream. There we go. So I am now getting a very decent mash. I'm still impeded by the potato skins, which for me is not an issue. Yeah, out here in California, you know, we got rain, we got snowed. In the Bible it talks about 40 days and 40 nights. Now where I am, we had 80 days and 80 nights. Yeah. Things were bad a lot, well, before this stuff made it to the evening news. But fortunately, that's the joy of a drought. We had lots of room. But no matter how bad, or no matter how dry you are, after basically 3 months of rain, yeah, life starts to get a little complicated. Okay. So yeah. It's kind of like, a cross between a twice-baked potato, mashed potatoes, and letting a 3-year-old child play with Play-Doh. So yeah, I've been cooking, I've been living. It's just been so nuts between COVID and the weather and everything else. All right. So, for those of us who truly love potatoes, here is a new take on mashed potatoes that's very similar to twice-baked potatoes. So yes, if you wanted to, you could put this in an oven-safe dish and put a brown on top. Maybe a little cheese. Oh, there we go. So there you go. Some exciting ways to make mashed potatoes. The flavor is a lot deeper than you get with boiling the potato, of course. There's less water, more sugars, and I like it a lot better. So I'm going to serve that with a steak. I was going to cook last night, but you know, here, salted and peppered and left to dry. That is one cured piece of meat. Flavor in that's going to be amazing. So, this is social media. Please be good social citizens. You subscribe and I will make more content. How's that for a compromise? And that's it. Thank you. Try it. You know, it's just food. I can do it, you can do it, you can do it, she can do it. People have been doing this stuff for centuries. It's easy to do. Thank you and goodbye.